Liz Truss quits as UK Prime Minister. Election Commission EC sets nomination on November 5, polling on November 19, and a 14-day period sufficient for GE15 campaigning. Those are the headlines for tonight. You're now with me, Shelter Meto, and this is TVS Nightline. Newly elected UK Prime Minister Liz Truss resigns as Prime Minister 6 weeks after taking oath of office and becoming the shortest-serving Prime Minister in British history. Speaking outside number 10 Downing Street office, Truss accepted that she could not deliver the promises she made when she was running for Conservative leader, having lost the faith of a party. Though short-lived, Liz's administration was brought down by an economic program that sent shockwaves through financial markets last month and divided her Conservative Party. A leadership election will be completed within the next week to replace Truss.
I came into office at a time of great economic and international instability. I have therefore spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party. This will ensure that we remain on a path to deliver our fiscal plans and maintain our country's economic stability and national security. I will remain as Prime Minister until a successor has been chosen. Thank you.
The Election Commission EC has fixed November 19th as the voting day for the 15th general election GE15. Its chairman, Tan Sri Abdul Ghani Saleh, in a press conference said the nomination day is set for November 5th, while early voting will start on November 15th.
Sehubungan itu, SPR telah mengadakan mesyuarat khas pada hari ini dan memutuskan satu PRU ke-15 hendaklah diadakan bagi mengisi kekosongan 222 kursi Dewan Rakyat serta 42 kursi Dewan Negeri Pahang, 15 kursi Dewan Negeri Perlis dan 59 kursi Dewan Negeri Perak. DUN N66 Bugaya Sabah juga akan diadakan serentak bagi mengisi kekosongan kerusi tersebut.
The general election will involve all parliamentary seats throughout the country, with Perak, Pahang and Perlis holding their state elections simultaneously. The Bugaya State by-election in Sabah will also be held at the same time. EC Chairman Tan Sri Abdul Ghani Saleh announced the election dates at a press conference after chairing a special meeting of the Commission today. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob announced the dissolution of Parliament effective October 10th to pave the way for the 15th general election after obtaining the consent of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Rayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah.
The 14-day period is sufficient to hold campaigns in the upcoming general election. Gabungan Party Sarawak or GPS Secretary General Datuk Sri Alexander Nantalinggi said the timeline allows ample time to campaign in rural areas, especially Sabah and Sarawak, which are compounded by geographical and transportation challenges.
Hari-hari yang telah ditetapkan agak sesuai lah. Dan kempen masa dalam 2 minggu ini adalah sesuai dan mencukupi kerana kalau dari sudut luar bandar di negeri Sarawak ataupun di Sabah kawasannya luas dan penghubungan kita pun agak sukar, jadi tempoh masa 14 hari itu adalah tempoh masa yang sangat sesuai.
Additionally, he said GPS welcomed the date's announcement by the Election Commission. Thus, Nanta, who is also Kapit incumbent, said GPS is ever ready to contest in the upcoming polls.
It is not carved in stone that the Prime Minister post is meant for just Peninsula leaders. As such, Sarawak and Sabah leaders should have equal opportunity to helm such positions and not just settle for the Deputy Minister's post. Political analyst Dr. January Amir stressed that regardless of the potential Prime Ministers, it should be judged based on their political commitment and leadership credentials and not their places of origin.
Why not? I mean, why should we settle at that level, the Prime Minister post? After all, the Prime Minister PM's post is not carved in stone for those political leaders from Semenanjung Malaysia. It's very important for us to have to think outside the box and have a political commitment to ensure that this aspiration can be realized. And not now, probably in maybe 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now. Because after all, we have political leaders from Sabah and Sarawak who are equally, who has the vision, who has the commitment, and also who has the leadership quality.
He told TVS reporter after appearing as a guest on Malaysia Decides program on TVS. Janiri further reiterated that it's possible to have a Sarawakian as a Prime Minister if all political parties in the West Malaysia consent to the motion.
What matters to me, the bottom line, is to have leaders, irrespective of they come from Semenanjung or Sabah or Sarawak, to have the willpower, the commitment, also political leadership that can lead the country to greater height. And here, I think we need political commitment on the part of political parties in Malaysia to support whoever has the political leadership and also effective leadership in Malaysia. Because there's no point of having a political leader, the Prime Minister, or whatever, or Deputy Prime Minister who has no credibility to lead the nation.
Meanwhile, the nature of social media allows users to receive quick content, even in real time, and easily broadcast to target groups and audiences. Therefore, Senior Lecturer of University Technology Mara Sarawak, UiTM, Dr. Noor Aida Kipli said contesting parties in G15 should improve on the social media strategies, as it is now a vital feature in winning the election. As such, she opined that political leaders have to accept that in this digital democratic era, new media is an important tool to win votes, especially among the Undi 18 group.
Untuk mengundi, dia senang aja, Mel. Sebelum kita hendak memanggil, mengajak, undi 18 ni turun, parti politik kena pandai memancing. Apakah yang hendak ditawarkan kepada undi 18 ini? What you can offer to them? Apa yang boleh diberikan? Kebanyakan manifesto ni klise. Pembangunan, taraf hidup. Dia macam kita semula dalam bentuk yang lain. Dia cuma tukar infografik je. Sekarang ni parti politik dah tahu semua. Undi akan turun. The first in the history ni. 5 juta secara automatik ni. Now, apa kata dia punya manifesto tu atur balik, cantikkan balik. Mesti cubalah menekankan apakah keperluan, kehendak yang 18 ni. So, perkara itu yang perlu dititik beratkan. Barulah undi 18 ni bila dia melayari platform social media, kempen secara online daripada parti-parti politik ni, baru dia rasa seronok. Okey, saya nak vote parti ni. Parti ni boleh fulfill saya punya keperluan dan kehendak. Kempen macam mana? Sekarang ni, parti politik pun dia boleh, kata orang, boleh memberi jalan laluan kepada undi 18 ni. Kadang-kadang undi 18 ni, remaja ni, dia orang tidak mengisytiharkan mereka berpihak kepada parti siapa. Tetapi apa saja short video pendek, apa saja informasi TikTok, Telegram yang dimuat naik, tugas mereka satu jari forward, upload, itu saja.
She added that with the influx of voters who are 18 years old and are tech-savvy, political parties have to strengthen their social media presence. She continued by saying that as interactive content would easily appeal to the young voters, they would be more inclined to share any content, hence providing free marketing to any political candidates.
Tapi secara tidak langsung, ingin saya maklumkan kepada parti-parti politik, secara tidak langsung, remaja-remaja ini, undi 18 ini, memainkan peranan marketing secara free untuk parti-parti anda. Dengan memuat naik, dengan forward saja apa-apa berita dan mesej yang dikongsikan oleh parti politik dalam platform sosial media. Sebab tu saya tekankan sekarang ini online, untuk kempen online, gunalah sebaik-baiknya platform yang ini. Sebab ini adalah daya tarikan. Memang kita kalau kita merujuk kepada PRU sebelum ini, kita nak menaikkan voter turnout ni. Macam mana kita dah ada cara baru, teknologi.
EC has announced that almost 2 million Sarawakians are now registered to vote. Its chairman, Tan Sri Abdul Ghani Saleh, said of the total 1,920,840 were ordinary voters and 107 voters are currently residing outside of Malaysia.
Meanwhile, EC statistics showed that Selangor has the most voters with 3,677,848, while the Federal Territory of Putrajaya showed with the least voters with only 42,881. The Commission also announced that the latest voters list for the 15th general election as of August this year has recorded a total of 21,173,638 registered voters. Abdul Ghani said the total comprises of 20,905,366 normal voters, while 146,737 are army voters and their respective partners.
An allocation worth 1.01 billion ringgit was allocated for the 15th general election GE15 and the Bugaya state by-elections in Sabah. In ensuring a smooth democratic process, a total of 363,515 personnel will be elected during GE15 and the Bugaya state by-elections. Abdul Ghani also added that the Election Commission EC has elected 222 election personnel, assisted by 1,264 officers in GE15 and the Bugaya state by-elections.
Bagi tujuan membantu aktiviti kempen pilihan raya sepanjang tempoh rasmi berkempen, SPR telah menubuhkan 625 pasukan petugas kempen pilihan raya PPKPR yang turut dianggotai oleh wakil-wakil daripada pihak polis, PDRM, pihak berkuasa tempatan, PBT dan wakil-wakil calon yang bertanding.
Commenting further, he said a total of 222 candidate nomination centres and 222 counting centres will be utilised. On to the next update. Providing easy access to vast repository of digital content and information could enhance the quality service deliveries and at the same time improve employees' knowledge and capabilities. Such was the approach taken by Sarawak Energy Berhad through the establishment of a digital resource centre known as Pustaka Sarawak Energy. Minister of Utility and Telecommunications Sarawak Datuk Julaihi Narawi congratulated both Sarawak Energy and the Sarawak State Library on the collaboration in producing capable workforce for Sarawak.
As I was told here, all members of Pustaka will have access to Sarawak Energy's digital engineering standards. So Sarawak Energy will be accessible to the knowledge shared by Pustaka. At the same time, our knowledgeable Pustaka officers could be turned into engineers once they are accessible to your technical knowledge.
Julaihi said this at the launching ceremony of the e-Resource Centre at Menara Sarawak Energy on Thursday. With the launching of the centre, Julaihi said both parties can take the necessary steps to cooperate, promote, strengthen and develop mutually agreed programs that fall within the following scopes and objectives.
To ensure the quality of their deliverables and wider access will mean more engineers, including those from my ministry, would benefit from your resource centre.
He further added that the Digital Resource Centre will be made available to the public by the State Library, aligned with the Sarawak Energy's corporate social responsibility, social investment pillar of education and young people. Julaihi expressed hope that Sarawak Energy employees will take advantage of and fully capitalise on the Digital Resource Centre as well as any services offered by the State Library to equip themselves with knowledge. The launch builds upon a Memorandum of Understanding signed last August 24, 2022 between Sarawak Energy and the Sarawak State Library, formalising a 2-year collaboration to develop the e-Resource Centre through a specific URL while fostering a closer working relationship.
Flood victims of Kampong Ashakirin received assistance channeled by Tanjung Datu Assemblyman Johnny Pang. Hence, assistance in terms of necessities will be distributed by the service centre to victims to alleviate their burden.
Saya paham bukan mudah untuk berhadapan dengan situasi bencana banjir ini. Apabila banyak barang-barang dan harta benda di rumah rosak akibat terkena air. Pusat khidmat saya akan memberikan bantuan dan sokongan bagi membantu tuan-tuan dan puan-puan untuk memohon bantuan tersebut. Saya berharap tuan-tuan dan puan-puan semua boleh support saya.
He said this when speaking at the ceremony of aid delivery to flood victims at Kampong Ashakirin Phase 2 in Bintulu on Wednesday. Johnny also visited some frequently affected homes during the rainy seasons in the attempt to address the matter.
Coming up right after the break, Vietnam eyes stronger ties with Malaysia on halal food industry and United States on its homelessness crisis. Right here on TVS Nightline. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Nightline. The Yang Diputuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah on October 20th conferred awards to 257 military officers and personnel at its second session of the investiture ceremony for military service 2022 held at Istana Negara.
At the ceremony, which took place at the Bailarung Seri Istana Negara, His Majesty also conferred the Panglima Gagah Angkatan Tentera PGAT Award to 11 recipients, Pahlawan Angkatan Tentera PAT to 33 recipients, Kesatria Angkatan Tentera KAT and Bentara Angkatan Tentera BAT to 104 recipients and 109 recipients, respectively. The DCAT awards were conferred to qualified officers and personnel of various ranks for their contributions and sacrifices in the service. Also present at the ceremony was Senior Defence Minister Datuk Seri Hishamuddin Tun Hussein, Chief of Defence Force General Tan Sri Effendi Buang, Army Chief General Tan Sri Zamrus Muhammad Zain, Navy Chief Admiral Tan Sri Muhammad Reza Muhammad Sani, and Air Force Chief General Tan Sri Muhammad Ashgar Khan Goriman Khan.
The notion that e-cigarettes or vaping is not harmful needs to be corrected, as it does have its risk, and the heavy uses of these substances could lead to lung diseases. According to Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin, e-cigarette or vaping product use-associated lung injury in Malaysia had diagnosed. 2 cases were reported in 2019, while 8 cases in 2021, 4 of which were between June and September.
He continued by saying that EVI is a serious issue and it has been proven that vaping is harmful. He said this when launching the Clinical Practice Guidelines (CPG) for the management of EVI on Thursday, October 20th. He added that based on the National Health and Morbidity Survey in 2019, there are about 1.1 million vape users in Malaysia.
Vietnam seeks to further enhance its cooperation with Malaysia in the halal food industry. Its ambassador to Malaysia, Tran Viet Thai, said the embassy conducted many activities to create long-term foundation for economic cooperation between the two countries, which focuses on building halal standards for exporting purposes of its local produce to Malaysia, the Middle East, and other Muslim countries. Malaysia boasts a strength in providing halal certificates, training and building halal product chain links, being the leading halal hub in the world in 2020 with an annual export value of halal products reaching $7.5 billion. Viet Thai noted that the embassy will continue to enhance current collaboration and seek new cooperation with Malaysia in other fields in which the country has expertise, such as energy and e-waste treatment. The Ministry of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs, KPDN-HEP, has assured that despite shortages in several areas as reported, there is a sufficient supply of chicken eggs nationwide.
KPDN-HEP Secretary General Dato Azman Muhammad Yusof said the ministry was continuously monitoring the supply of chicken eggs in the market and is also working with several ministries, including the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Industries, MAFI. He added that so far no complaints were received on hoarding chicken eggs by any parties, especially traders, and legal action would be taken against those who are involved in such activities. Meanwhile, Azman said that the lack of supply for chicken eggs in a particular area was probably due to problems with payment, remote location, transport and logistics, which easily disrupts delivery. He also hoped that all the industry players would cooperate with the government to ensure an adequate supply of food to the market at reasonable prices, especially ahead of Deepavali.
Thank you for staying with me. And now on to our world affairs. Hollywood actress and political activist Susan Sarandon shared on her Twitter a video that highlights U.S. homelessness crisis, especially in California. Sarandon, a 76-year-old Academy Award winner, reposted the video which showed streets in Oakland lined with trash and homeless people's tents. Here's more about it.
Tens of thousands of Twitter users retweeted or replied in just 2 days, with more videos focusing on the crisis in many U.S. cities. Sarandon has championed the cause of homelessness, and in 2015, she said in an interview that the idea that homeless people were all drug addicts was totally wrong. According to the actress, the leading cause of homelessness is either lack of affordable housing, lack of living wage, healthcare, and domestic violence. A report released by the Los Angeles Homeless Service Authority in September said an estimated of 69,144 people are homeless in LA, a 4.1% rise from 2020.
Let's wrap up the Nightline with this highlight. A farmer in Bangladesh has revived his ancestors' way of farming crops on floating rafts as rising seas and flash flood now threaten more farmland. With the increasing threat of waterlogging in Bangladesh, many have started using the method to grow more vegetables to feed their families and selling it.
The 200-year-old technique was initially adopted during the flooding season, which used to last about 5 months each year. But recently, most areas in the country remain underwater for 8 to 10 months, and more land are being flooded. More and more farmers as well are now practicing the approach across the swampy southwest of the country, as it may prove crucial as climate change is getting more erratic. Now, floating farms cover a total of 157 hectares in Pirojapur district, with 120 hectares in Nazipur that expanded from 80 hectares 5 years ago. Between 2000 and 2019, Bangladesh was ranked 7th in a list of countries hit hardest by climate change, according to the Global Climate Risk Index 2021 produced by the non-profit German Watch.
TVS's new reality program, Getaran Jiwa, will be broadcasted live starting tomorrow, October 21st. Don't forget to watch the show every Friday, beginning with the Debaran Jiwa capsule at 7:30 p.m., followed by Getaran Jiwa live concert at 8:45 p.m. The public is also invited to catch the concert live at MBKS Stadium in Bintawak. For more information, follow Getaran Jiwa social media at linktree/Getaran Jiwa. That's all the time we have for TVS Nightline. I'm Cheryl Chamato. Thank you for watching.